Normally as a Vice Chancellor, we have to speak a lot. Yesterday I thought, let me see my engagements, tomorrow's engagements, and then there was an international conference, and it was written there, Global Conference on Flexible Systems Management, and I was confused what to do. I really do not know. I do understand the importance of flexibility. I do also understand the advantages of flexibility. But when it comes to flexible systems management, I was confused. Then I talked to Professor P.K. Suri. Okay, what is the meaning of flexible management? Then he explained me many things about the flexible management. Some I understood, some I could not, due to my limited area, because he talked to me in a very technical language. I don't come from this field, but I practice management. So I do understand various aspects of flexibility. Many times flexibility gives good results, but sometimes it is very, very dangerous also. It is very, very dangerous also. So flexibility is good, but a risky thing. It means what? First of all, I thought it means what? We want to go from systems to systems-oriented things to person-oriented things. If we are advocating this systems to persons, it means what? It means what? It is person-oriented, and then role of leadership comes in picture very heavily. Then I thought, in India, we have seen different type of organizations, and her theme is what? Transforming organization through flexible systems management. Then I asked Professor Suri, are you advocating Lala type companies? He said, yes. But then say, there are many, many constraints here also. It means what? We have CMM level 5 organizations. Most of the IT Indian companies are CMM level 5, where they focus on processes, they focus on systems, and everyone is expected to behave, process like that. It means there is no flexibility or hardly any flexibility in the whole system. And then another is the Lala type organization, where if one person is very good, then the company will progress. If person is not good, company will not progress. It means it is highly dependent on the performance, attitude, capability, passion, involvement of a person. That's why it is very, very dangerous also. So I'm really confused. How much flexibility is essential in the system? Although no one can survive without flexibility, yes, flexibility is part of human nature. And in every system, when it comes to governance, when it comes to leadership, every system is flexible. Like in the government system, where we all, those who are from the government, they know we have a GFR where we have to follow. It's a rigid system, and there are many, many critics of GFR. But if there is no GFR, what will happen? Imagine the situation if there is no GFR. But there also there is an inbuilt flexibility associated in GFR. They say urgency and emergency. There are two clauses there. If there is an urgency, then you can do this. You can waive off this. You can waive off tendering process. If there is emergency, everything is waived off. But then what is emergency? Emergency means what? Things which could not be planned. Earthquake aa gaya. That is emergency. Some attack, that is emergency. Some epidemic, that is emergency. But there is a difference between emergency and urgency. And what is happening in our systems, and particularly in our universities, and I experience in DTU also, we are not able to differentiate between these two words. There is a difference between emergency and urgency. Urgency means what? Time is short. But we know this will happen. After 4 days, this will happen. There is no uncertainty in this. And then, but time is short, we cannot plan this, we could not plan this, so please give some relaxations. So there is a inherent flexibility in both the systems. But the point is, the people who are interpreting this, if system is more flexible, there will be many, many interpretations, and that is very, very dangerous. That, that are the challenges, some of the challenges. For example, when initially government created systems, when it comes to education, because many of you are from the education systems, they created government departments like Delhi College of Engineering. It was a proper government department having government rules, regulations, nothing wrong in it. It performed well. But then hardly any flexibility in the system. So they said it is better to have autonomous system, autonomous organizations. Then government created many, many autonomous organizations. PSUs are one example of industry. And here in the universities are another example of autonomy. And between this, there are institutions with limited autonomy, full autonomy, academic autonomy, administrative autonomy, so many things. But total crux is what? More flexibility means you should have a good leader. Otherwise, autonomy can be misused. And there are instances where people have misused it. That's why checks and balances are provided in the system. And checks and balances are nothing but brakes to your vehicle. Jitne checks honge, utna slow chalenge. There are danger. So what is the optimum solution for this? When we talk about the flexibility, yes. Another important aspect is, whatever thing you design, wherever you design, if the people who are running the system are good, they will give good results. But if people who are running the system are bad people, they will give bad results. If it is a flexible system, they will give more bad results. If it is a system-oriented approach, at least that damage can be contained, controlled, and limited damage. That's the beauty of a less flexible system, what I say. That's why we don't advocate here in the organization the total flexibility. Yes, limited flexibility is essential, and our systems are providing such flexibility. And Dr. Lekhi talked about the political system. Flexibility in the political system. Yes, when United States of America got independence, they were in a fix whether we should go for a rigid system. It means what? Everything should be documented, and after that we will do it. It means what? Writing the constitution first and then implement things later. Then in those days, there were constitutions in the countries like Britain, like France, like Spain. They were having their own constitution systems, processes. But because United States of America was very fortunate to have a visionary leader like George Washington, he said, no, there is no hurry to write constitution. There is no hurry to write constitution. There is no hurry to write regulations, systems. That we will do it afterwards. It's a peace time thing. We have just got independence. There is no need to document things. Be flexible. For few years, see what happens. And after, based on some experience, then we will do it. But as a United States of America, it's a big country. First of all, we have to address few important issues here. And if we are able to address that, then we will be able to do justice to the coming generations. Then he said, because in United States of America, like in India, there were many languages. There were many languages. He said, USA should speak one language. Whatever language you decide today, but the whole United States of America should speak one language. First, address this issue. Don't take a decision which will create problem afterwards. That's why I am not in favor of writing constitution right now. This is not the right time. Time will come. A opinion survey was conducted in United States of America. Which language United States of America should speak? Total country voted. English got 28%. Spanish got 26%. 28, 26. Then, there were other languages. They got some 18%, some like that. But many of those people who were in the power in those days, they were speaking Spanish. Most of the soldiers were speaking Spanish language. Some of the few generals said to the president, although he was not president in those days, but the leader, George Washington, said, sir, we will implement Spanish. And we will find logics to justify this also, because difference is only 2%. Powerful people are speaking Spanish. Difference is only 2%. Then the great leader said, That's the beauty of flexibility. He said, no. No. If you are not in a position to speak English, no problem. Your sons and daughters will speak English. If they will not be able to do it, then the next generation will speak English. But if we will implement this, another language to the country, people will accept it. Because as a leader, my integrity is first. That integrity should never be questioned. Then US took first decision that United States of America in the coming years will speak one language, that language will be English. Although most of the powerful people were Spanish in those days. But they took a decision, and now in 2017 we know, we can't imagine United States of America without English. And English has become a world language. That decision of a leader. Second thing came, which was equally important. Say, America is not homogeneous society. We have come from various countries. We have our own issues. How to create states within nation without writing constitution. Say, we should decide first, how should we administer our United States of America? Should it state, is it a cultural unity or it's an administrative unity? He said no. State is nothing but the administrative unity. So administrative unit, and then you know, I think all of you must have seen the map of United States of America. He took a scale, ऐसे ऐसे करके मार दिया, ऐसे मार दिया, जो states बन गई, that is United States of America. No cultural unity. He said cultural unity will be established in coming years. It cannot happen that where people are living, they don't follow a particular culture, they will. It's law of nature. Nothing will happen, don't worry about it. But you know, we should understand that state is nothing but administrative unit. It cannot, should not be beyond that, although they should have power. They should have power, autonomy, because we want flexible states, autonomous states. That's why, you know, USA is not union of states. USA is federal of states. Center has only few subjects, but a powerful center. And third important aspect was what in those days, in those prevailing years, democracy was not a very new thing. Although in few countries they were experimenting democracy, France, England, and in few such countries there were democracy, but that was parliamentary form of democracy. And they all advocated the, sir, बहुत time tested है, no problem, we should implement it, जैसे अपने देश में होता है. It is a time tested phenomena, we should implement parliamentary form of governance. He said, no, we should not, we should debate on it, invite experts, invite the people who are intellectual in America and think about it, whether it suits us or not. Because France is a small country, England is a very small country, their systems and processes cannot be replicated in United States of America. We will come in trouble, this is my hunch. So please debate on it and think, can we design a new system? Can we design some new processes? Maybe new, may not be experimented anywhere or elsewhere, but can we think about it? Then experts, political scientists, they sat together. He invited world experts also to design a new system, and USA was the first country to implement presidential form of governance, and he said a country should vote for one person. And that person should be responsible for all processes. That person should be responsible for all decisions. But you know, life of total citizens of a country should not be handed over to one person. That's why there should be a Senate. President cannot frame a rule. He is authorized to implement rules, regulations, processes, systems designed by Senate. Total checks and balance in the system, but say there should not be many elections like. So there he created a position, vice president, that if I am contesting for president, I will declare that X will be my vice president. Nothing. He's not contesting elections, but if I am selected, then X will be my vice president, and if I died, he will take over the United States of America for 4 years. That's the beauty of the system. And now we know all three big decisions, important decisions, are helping United States of America. That's why it means what? If you want to enjoy flexibility, your leader should be of high integrity. Your leader should be visionary leader. Copy-paste leaders will not help us here because they don't have courage to take such decisions. Replications may help, may not help also, but in flexible systems, it will not help at all. What happened to us? When we got independence in 1947, everyone was in hurry to implement Constitution. Before independence, we established Constituent Assembly. Before independence. And I don't know how many of you know, first draft of Indian Constitution was submitted only after 40 days of independence. 40 days of independence. सारे देश में दंगे हो रहे थे उससे. लोग लड़ रहे थे. It was a warlike situation. It was a situation of civil war in our country. वो कोई टाइम ही नहीं था कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में बात की जाए. We would have deferred it. Then we decided to constitute linguistic states. We decided to have states with less autonomy. We decided to have center with so many things, and where we could not decide, we decided to have a concurrent list. Because this concurrent list we copied from the Constitution of Australia. Ek idhar se, and we did it. I'm not criticizing Constitution. It's a good thing, but what I am saying is that we could not give proper time to understand the implications of the decisions which we are taking today. That's why, when coming to the business and transformation of the business, I will take only 5 minutes. Every movement in the business happens only once. When we talk about transformation, but always remember, every movement in the business only happens once. Next Bill Gates will not design an operating system. Next Larry Page will not make a search engine. Next Mark Zuckerberg will not design a Facebook. It means what? If we want only take inspiration from these leaders, that's fine. But if we want to replicate them, that will not help us. It means what? If we want to progress, if we want to establish organizations, if we want to create wealth, replication will not help us. We have to create new things. If you want to be a next Bill Gates, OS will not help us, something else. That's why it means what? When professor who was giving, just like the lecture, where he say flexible systems energizes innovation capability. Yes, if we do not have that flexible environment, it means what? There is no place for imagination, creativity, and experimentation. A system cannot grow. So flexibility should be in the foundation of designing any system. If we do not provide in the foundation of the system, that may prove to be very, very dangerous at times. And lastly, if you are a leader in the organization, or you are in a leadership role, please don't complain anything. You have no right to complain. Although the best thing is what? Nobody should complain. If we keep on complaining, it means what? We are, only promoting negativity in the system. It has never helped anyone. It will not help anyone. That's why, please, कॉम्प्लेसेंसी एक बार को चलेगी, कंप्लेनिंग नेचर नहीं चलेगी. System can tolerate complacency. System is tolerating complacency of so many people in the system. But when it comes to complaining nature, it means what? You cannot see good in others. This is a very, very dangerous attribute. This is very, very dangerous attribute. गुलजार ने एक बहुत अच्छी बात कही, मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी, कि उम्र जाया कर दी लोगों ने दूसरों में नुक्स निकालते निकालते. ये मुझे किसी ने अभी कल परसों ही व्हाट्सएप भेजा था, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, मैंने नोट कर लिया कि उम्र जाया कर दी लोगों ने दूसरों में नुक्स निकालते निकालते. इतना ही खुद को तराशा होता तो खुद कुछ बन गए होते. इतना ही खुद को तराशा होता तो खुद कुछ बन गए होते. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड हियर दिस इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ डेवलपिंग योर एटीट्यूड. Similar thing someone has said कि भला बुराना कोई रूप से कहलाता है, भला बुराना कोई रूप से कहलाता है, कि दृष्टि भेद ही गुण दोष दिखलाता है. ये तो दृष्टि भेद है. That is important. And a leader with negative दृष्टि भेद cannot become a leader. वो पोजीशन होगी उसके पास, लीडर नहीं हो सकता. लीडर is a person without position also. महात्मा गांधी के पास कोई पोजीशन नहीं थी कभी. A leader without position, if you can survive, you are a leader. Position से तो बहुत सारे लोग बैठे हुए हैं. Then वो भला बुराना कोई रूप से कहलाता है कि दृष्टि भेदी गुण दोष दिखलाता है. कोई कमल की कली देखता है कीचड़ में, कोई कमल की कली देखता है कीचड़ में. किसी को चांद में भी दाग नजर आता है, किसी को चांद में भी दाग नजर आता है. This is what that's why we can purchase talent. We can purchase talent. But we cannot purchase faith. ये मैंने नहीं कहा, अली बाबा के ओनर ने कहा अभी, जैक मा. We can purchase talent, but we cannot purchase faith. And he said, he was Ali Baba. Sorry, Jack Ma was addressing university students of US, of a university in US. He said, we Chinese are very different from Americans. We Chinese are very different from Americans, and we don't want to copy American systems because our behavior pattern is very different. American believes to spend tomorrow's money today. Americans believes to spend tomorrow's money today or other people's money. They are experts in spending other people's money also. But we in China love to save money. Love to save money and spend money whenever there is a need to spend money. Then I was thinking these things are equally good for us. Our Indian society also, we love to save money and we don't want to spend money every time when it is not required. And if we want to replicate US models in our organizations, then definitely the problem will come, and many, many problems. Today is not the day to discuss those problems which are arising due to this only. That recession will be there if we do not promote consumerism. Why should we promote consumerism? If there is a recession, so what? But that is another topic. The point is replication, and if we are flexible, then also we should be very, very careful about replicating something, because that may be good for in those circumstances, it may not be good in our circumstances. We have to, but we have to create an enabling environment for that. And lastly, every leader of flexible system should always remember one thing, otherwise वो सारा डुबो देगा, डैमेज कर देगा. Every leader who is propagating, advocating flexibility in the system, उससे तो फिर अच्छा है कि वो लिखी लिखा है सिस्टम ठीक है. At least average results will come. If we want extraordinary results, we need flexible systems. Only one rider here, your leader should be very good. नहीं तो वो average क्या, वो negative में result ले जाएगा वो. इसलिए, but the leader should always remember. एक हिंदी फिल्म की एक कुछ बात है, बहुत अच्छी मुझे लगती है. A leader should always remember this, कि जो अफसाना जिसे अंजाम तक लाना न हो मुमकिन, वो अफसाना जिसे अंजाम तक लाना न हो मुमकिन, उसे एक खूबसूरत मोड़ देकर छोड़ना अच्छा. Like, don't keep on, as a leader in the flexible system, you have flexibility, पर आप उसको बहुत मत मत खींचो, वो तंग कर रही है लोगों को, अगर कुछ और परेशानी हो रही है तो बहुत मत खींचो, छोड़ दो उसको। वो अफसाना जिसे अंजाम तक लाना ना हो मुश्किल, उसे एक खूबसूरत मोड़ देकर छोड़ना अच्छा। और दूसरी बात और लीडर को सोचनी चाहिए जो बशीर अहमद ने कही कि शोहरत की बुलंदी पल भर का तमाशा है। शोहरत की बुलंदी पल भर का तमाशा है, जिस शाख पे बैठे हो वो टूट भी सकता है। Always remember this, then and only then you are a fit person to lead a flexible organization and fit person to implement flexibility in your systems. I hope that some of you will be ignited to implement flexibility in your day-to-day routine, in your systems and in the processes where you are working. And I am thankful to Management Department for inviting me to share some of my views about flexible management system.